Hello, everybody. Welcome back to ND Ice. I'm your host, David Trinko, alongside Ian Iverson and Lincoln Retzloff, as always. And today is, what is it today? I can't even see
It's the sixth.
it's, it's April 6th, 2026. And if you know what's going on this week, we're going to tell you. UND is playing their first Frozen Four since 2016 in Las Vegas, Nevada on Thursday. So obviously some big implications. Could be the obviously it will be the last weekend of hockey for the year for UND. Our season will wrap up. We're gonna do weekend recaps as usual. I didn't do event line because I'm stupid and I forgot. And then we'll go over the games and the possibilities of who UND could face later on. And then we'll do our predictions and stuff like that. So that being said, we had Easter just yesterday. Anyone want to say what they did for Easter this last weekend?
I just kind of hung out with the family and then yeah, it wasn't really not a whole lot going on. Just hung out with the family and some friends. So yeah, kept it low and slow.
Lincoln's a slow burner. Right, Ian, what do you got, buddy?
I had a good church service and then I just kind of hung around, took a nap, went on a jog, did a little bit of cleaning, got all my stuff ready for this week. All three of us will be in Las Vegas. So anybody else that's going that listens to this, prepare to see us there. We'll probably be out and active at most of the parties and
Speak for yourself, fella.
games. And, yeah.
Damn, is that a mule right
I'm getting
there?
my party started right now. These two
Damn.
guys want to be lame and want to talk about health, and I'm like, well, it's Frozen 4 week. You got to
Bro,
start.
I gotta limit the calorie intake, bro. I had a lot this weekend and gonna do a lot of consumption this week, so I gotta keep it level. Lincoln, there's really no excuse. That guy's basically just skin, bones, and muscle, so he
Yeah, he's
really has
already
no reason
ripped.
to not drink right now. Honestly, he's at home, no school. I don't know why he wouldn't be drinking right now, to be honest. Um, For me, went home, had to help move my grandparents into a home. Yes, you heard me right. Uh, they've been living in the same house for like 40 years, and we just moved them out. It was kind of not like sad, but like, it was like the end of an era, so it was interesting. Um, but yeah, I did that, and then just hung with the family. Everyone kind of came to come help move in, and it was blizzarding while we were moving it in, so it wasn't Fargo, and I don't know if apparently Grand Forks didn't get hit that hard, but Fargo had like 7, 8 inches of snow, and it was like really wet and dense. So it was interesting moving everything while that was going on. But nevertheless, we're excited. We're ready for Vegas. So kind of my mind's been on that, obviously. Um, yeah, I mean, let's get into like our game plan here. I mean, I'm heading down. My flight's out of Fargo at 2:30 on
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
right?
Yeah, and I'll be down there. I'll get it flying around almost 4 o'clock probably into Vegas. So we're gonna hit the ground running. Hopefully, I'm gonna have some drinks on the plane. I mean, you don't just try fly to Vegas and not have drinks on the plane. Pretty sure my flight for work when I went down there, that was at 10 a.m. I had a couple of drinks on the plane too. Um,
Got to hit the dopamine slots right as you
you gotta do
get
it
out of
as
the
fast as
plane.
you can. You gotta be drunk when you're getting off the plane too. Yeah. So. We'll see how much Allegiant serves me before they have to cut the cord. Hopefully they have Morgan, Captain Morgan, and Diet Coke. I know they got Diet Coke, so just need the Captain Morgan. But
David's
um,
gonna be on the plane there. He's gonna order one, and then they're gonna give it to him. He's gonna raise his hand again and just kill it.
yeah, I know that they're gonna stop. They're gonna give it to me. I'm gonna drink it, and then I'm gonna hold them in the aisle. Wait, 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 wait.
Ding ding
Or
ding
I'll
ding
take
ding
another
ding
one.
ding.
Yeah. Flight attendant. Um, and last time I went, there was this good restaurant in the Cosmopolitan called Momofuku, and it's a like a ramen place, and it's like $35 for a bowl. But it's the first thing I'm doing when I get there for dinner. So the first thing I'm gonna have. I had to wait for my buddy Jack to get in. He flies in from Denver around 9, so gonna have a quick turnaround and hopefully get there. Uh, and then we'll kind of go with the wind the next couple days. Obviously, the games are a little earlier in Vegas time. I believe our game, which is 4 o'clock Central, starts at 2 o'clock. Uh, Pacific Standard Time, and then the later game is at 5:30. So a lot more time in the evenings it's going to look like with these games if you are going to Vegas. or just live in the Pacific region. Obviously, it's pretty regular time for if you're living in Central. It's a pretty regular start time for these games. 4 o'clock. It's pretty average. So, Lincoln, what's your plan when you get down there, fella?
Well, David, where are you
Uh,
staying?
yeah, we're
Well,
flying out of
hold on.
um am I good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Ian to hold on.
Yeah, we're flying out of Sioux Falls at 6 a.m. on Wednesday, and then I think we fly to Dallas, and then from Dallas to Vegas. We'll get there probably 10:30 their time. So I'll be there bright and early. I probably need to get a nap, but I'm kind of
Yeah,
excited. We're staying on the strip at like the Hilton at one of the Hiltons on the strip. It's I don't know, right in the middle, but 10-minute walk from the arena. I don't know.
it'd be nice.
Get there, check it out. I'm you can't really sports gamble here in North Dakota unless you're doing player props. So I might just go to one of the sports books, and since they're
You eat that
playing
shit
there,
alive.
they should have most of the game lines and whatnot. So I kind of want to go check those out right away.
Baby's
And then
gonna
I'm
eat
probably
that
gonna
shit
take a
up.
nap because I'll be tired. And then yeah, the next day we got the pregame party starts at 10:30 at Tom's Watch Bar. I guess is what it's called, which it's in like the New York, or right by there. So another right by
Okay.
the spot. So if you're a UND fan listening, I'm sure we'll all be there. So come say
Come
hi
say hi
and
to us. If you see
yes,
us and you're a fan, we love the fans. Come say hi to us. We appreciate it. Ian,
yeah,
what about you, our fella?
David, where are you staying?
I'm staying at the link. I felt like it was fitting. I believe that is part the Imperial Palace was is a part of what that used to be. I don't think it's like one for one, but I believe it's part of it. So I'm staying at the link. It's got a good rate there, and it's right across from like Caesars and everything. It's in pretty much the middle of the strip where you want to be. So we just thought in terms of walking distance to everything, not just the rink, we thought it was a good location. So that's where we decided to stay. I don't know where the Hilton is that Lincoln's talking about. I wonder if it's pretty close to where we are, but
Well, yeah, funny thing about that,
because you're at the MGM.
I'm also staying at the Hilton. So
Really?
Lincoln
When
and
did
I
that
will
get
probably get
changed?
some pool. We'll probably get some pool time or something like Friday morning before we go hit the
oh yeah,
scenes in the afternoon. So we can get our tan on without you. It's gonna be great. I'm messing
Yeah.
with you, David. You can come over and get in the pool with us. But yeah, I fly in Thursday morning. I'm taking like a 9 a.m. flight out of the cities here. My dad's flying out of Atlanta, obviously. So we'll both get there probably around 11 a.m. I'm sure I'll have like a couple mimosas at the airport and then, like a double Jack and Coke on the flight or something, get a little tuned up.
Hmm.
So we'll land, we'll drop our stuff off quick, then we'll probably get to a pregame over at the watch bar and then we'll be after it. So are you guys both staying through Monday? Or you guys leaving Sunday?
I'm leaving Sunday at 6 a.m., baby.
I'm leaving Sunday afternoon.
I
So
would have left on Monday if, I mean, the reason I picked, some people are going to be like, that's rough for Dave. Because, yeah, it is going to be a little rough leaving at 6 a.m. But when I stayed a couple months ago for work, we left at 6 a.m. and it wasn't that bad.
specific time.
It kind of works out a little bit easier that the game's a little bit earlier. So I have more downtime after the game, the championship to just do whatever. And then you can go to bed early. We'll probably wind down a little bit earlier than usual. That or I'll just stay up all night. But at the time, I was going no matter what if UND made it. So now that everyone's going, I probably would have stayed till Monday. But my buddy who I was going with didn't want to take extra PTO, and neither did I really for Monday, because I didn't know anyone that was going to be there, and I wasn't going to spend a whole other day there alone. So
Yeah.
we're both on the same flight out to Denver on Sunday morning. So it just kind of worked out that way. But I probably would have stayed on Monday until Monday. I
It's
had
it's better than the overnight flights they do because those are pretty popular, like the 1 a.m. overnight flights back to the Midwest.
Yeah. Well, there was one that was going to leave at like 1 or 2 that was
Hmm.
going to be going to Denver, but then you'd have to stay the layover. So my flight goes to Denver, and then there's one to Denver to Fargo. And that Denver to Fargo one is the only Denver to Fargo one. So I would have had to stay in the airport in Denver for like 8 hours until there's just really no point doing that. So I just decided to do the 6 a.m. one. But yeah. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. When if you've been to a Frozen Four before, when was the last time you went to one? When was the last time you went to a Frozen Four UND was in? and I'll start quick. I went last year. I've been the last 3 years in a row since Quinnipiac beat Minnesota. That was the first one I went to in this on this run. Don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this run for. It gets annoying finding people to go with because no one really wants to go unless UND's going. But it's in DC next year, so I'm sure I'll go. And then I haven't been to a Frozen Four that UND's been in person since 2008, but I didn't get to go to the game. We only had 3 tickets, and my dad and went across the street and watched in the bar while the rest of the family went into the game. But we got rocked 6-1 by BC, so it didn't really matter. But I was in the one the year before that in St. Louis, so that was the last one. Technically, I actually got to watch them in person play. And that was the last Frozen Four besides 2023. So, Lincoln,
Yeah, I went in 2011, when I was in first grade.
nails.
Couldn't tell you I really remember anything, so, but it was I hope whatever happens, it isn't like what happened to UND where they outplayed the team and then they
Hmm.
lose, even though they outshoot them
Lost to
by
Michigan.
20.
Lost to
Yeah,
Michigan basically one rip, even though we had hit the post 4 times.
yeah.
And little
So
Sean Hunwick, the 5'8" goaltender, just shut us out. That was the infamous picture when they scored the empty netter and the Sioux fans through the glass flipping the double bird at, I think it was Scooter Vaughn or something like that.
yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. That's the last one you've been to though? Last Frozen Four?
Hmm.
You excited? How you feeling about it?
Yeah, it's funny. I've been to more. I've already been to two UND games in Vegas, so pretty familiar with
Hmm.
city and watching UND play there. So that'll be exciting. First time, this will be my fourth time in Vegas. First time as a 21-year-old, so that's exciting too. But
Oh yeah, that would be great.
yeah, I'm feeling optimistic. So
Well, except for you and his
As the
upcoming
Debbie Downer
games.
last week, who's like, we're gonna lose on Thursday.
Well, he still
well,
thinks
we
that.
we probably will, but
This
Right,
will be my
Ian.
first. Uh,
Really?
yeah, actually. But my dad has been to a lot of them. He went to the 2005 one. I want to say he went to,
Columbus?
was that the all WCHA 2005?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he was at that
That
one.
was DU, then North Dakota and
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah. He was at that one. I think he was at 2008. I know he was at 2011. That was the one in St. Paul, I think.
Yep. That was
Um,
when Duluth beat Michigan overtime.
yeah, and then he was at 2016 in Tampa, so he was able to watch that with
Nice.
Natty there. So hoping to bring the good luck here again.
Yeah, taking a step back to the '05 Frozen Four, like imagine having that one where it's Denver versus CC in the first semi, and then it's Minnesota UND in the second semi, and then you get UND and Denver in the championship. That's just three giant rivalries all in the same Frozen Four. That's phenomenal. Obviously, CC hasn't been since, but all the other teams have all been since, but only Denver and UND have won since then. So, we'll go. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm pumped, dude. It's gonna be sick.
It is going to be an iconic
It's almost like a
Frozen
fever
Four.
dream right now that we're in because I haven't been in for so long. I remember 2021 when we went to Fargo for the regional. It had already been like 4 or 5 years since we had even played an NCAA game. So that in itself was a fever dream. And then you got now where UND hasn't been in a Frozen Four in what feels like forever, and we used to go all the time. So I'm excited. I've been talking to a lot of the couple of the UND players, telling them about. Well, you guys wouldn't know this probably, but during the TV timeouts, they have like the players. They do like, for example, the what's the game called? I don't know what it's called, but you put the headphones on, max volume, and then someone tries to say something to you, and the person with the headphones on tries to guess what they're saying. They do little games like that, and they record them, and then they play them during the TV timeouts to whoever teams are playing. Those are kind of fun, funny to watch if you're not going to go piss or get a beer during the TV timeout, which I probably will be doing. So I might miss one, but um, just the way the NCAA does the presentation of the Frozen Four is pretty unique. They'll do a good job, especially the teams that are there. St. Louis wasn't a very good, in my opinion, city. It's a fine city to host in, but Vegas is going to be another animal. And all the UND fans, I'm just really excited to see all the green there. It's been a long time, and even the last 3 years, you see quite a bit of green at the rink. I see the same faces, I swear, every time I go. So it'll be cool to see everybody there. Um, but yeah, let's get to the main event here. Let's get to the games. UND will be playing Wisconsin. UND is the number 2 in the country. They face the Wisconsin Badgers, who are what, 13, 12 going into the tournament? 12,
Yeah,
11.
11 or 12.
Um, that semifinal will be 4 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. Pacific. That'll be streamed on ESPNU. Let's go over kind of what the expectations are for that game, what UNE needs to do to beat a team like Wisconsin, who has had success this year. They cooled down for a little while. I thought was the coldest team going in the tournament this year. Obviously, we're able to get it done. Underestimated or overestimated how good the East was going to be. I thought Dartmouth would have given them more of a run for their money, but they did not at all. And fellas, what do you guys think here? I'll let you guys open up the discussion here.
Well, first, I think we got to talk about just the numbers. This is going to be a great Frozen Four for many reasons. I mean, it's partially old WCHA. I know Michigan left like a long time ago, but
The
33
80s, yep.
national championships between the four, 85 Frozen Four appearances, and 144 NCAA tournament appearances. This is like as much of a gauntlet as gauntlets can be. It's the four most successful programs of all time, looking at national championships. Um, and the fans seem like they're going to show out accordingly. I mean, Wisconsin seems like they got a ton of interest in this. Michigan fans too. Denver, I mean, doesn't have much of a fan base, but they are like always there. They've been in the mix for
Wisconsin's
the last 8 years, you know.
right. Wisconsin's been getting drunk on women's hockey the last decade and a half, so they're ready to get back for their men's.
So it's gonna be great. As far as the matchup goes, the one thing I noticed about Wisconsin is their top line's great. It's Finley, I think Morrissey, and somebody else. They put up a lot of points. They can be very dynamic. I think if UND wants to win this game, and I think this is something I saw throughout the other two regional games, is that Daniel Hauser did look a little shaky in net both games. If UND really wants to take over this game and make a statement, they really need to be as sharp as they were in the neutral zone against Quinnipiac, and they really need to pepper Hauser. Hauser got out of place pretty easily. He's kind of like Homer, where he's just pretty aggressive on the first shot, and that can kind of leave him out to dry on a
He
rebound if it's there.
overplays the puck a little bit.
hmm And so I think if UND can do a really good job of getting out in front, putting that first shot in net and then looking for the rebound on the back end, I think that's where we're going to find a lot of success.
Yeah, I think for sure UND has to got to keep Wisconsin on their heels all game, and if they do take a good 2, 3 goal lead at some point, if they get to that, they got to shut them down the rest of the game. I mean, the Michigan State game kind of gives UND a good eye into what Wisconsin can do if you let up on them. So you just gotta keep up on them, Lincoln.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think my big key takeaway is that UND's got to do what they did all tournament so far, and that's score first, go up, and obviously Wisconsin's got some guys who can score, no doubt about that. But that's every team that UND has played kind of in the
Mm.
in the last two games. They had that Wittenbach could score for Quinnipiac. Merrimack had some guys that could score, and to your point, Dave, that you were saying, Wisconsin's proven they could come back. I will say UND did survive the push from Merrimack, so they will be ready to be in that situation for if they're up, they'll be able to survive a push. I really think it's going to come down to scoring first because they have not trailed in this tournament. And knowing that Spooner hasn't let any goals in, that's definitely a positive. But at the same time, you might also think, okay, well, what if he does let one in? Is he going to get in his head? Blah blah blah. If the team plays the way they're built and supposed to play, they will beat Wisconsin. It's as simple as that. If they don't,
Mm.
they won't. I mean, I know that's pretty obvious, but like the margins are so thin in the NCAA tournament, and the best teams are always going to win. So
Yep.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
so
it just comes down to I really just think scoring first is a big thing. Building an early lead too, and then letting your UND's four lines just break down Wisconsin. This is another thing we kind of talk about last week. Will Ollie Josephson be back? Who knows about that? I'm sure we'll find out on Wednesday. But I mean, yeah, it's just gonna come down to it's simple. Just be the better team, and own the first period. That's what UND's done well this tournament.
Yeah, so kind of leads me to my next question for you, Lincoln. Seeing that you have us losing, where do you kind of see where that starts for UND? Where does that snowball kind of start, and how do you see us losing?
Yeah, if I had to guess a way that UND loses, which as everyone knows is my prediction, it was last weekend too. Um, I would just say it would come down to just a slow start right away, and then I I think it would come Wisconsin. It'd be Wisconsin scoring two quick goals, and then UND would try to bury themselves out. And I think the simplest way to put it is UND would just get hot goalied. That's that was kind of my prediction for the Merrimack game too. That you they
And the
run in
Quinnipiac
the
game.
yeah, and I
And
thought they'd get hot goalied and whatnot. So I mean that could happen.
just fucking with you.
That's probably the if if they do lose, that's probably the most likely way that'll happen is they get hot goalie. But like you look at Wisconsin's record and whatnot, they're 14-10 in the Big Ten, which is obviously not as good as an NCHC as the NCHC, but they still got 10 losses. Like they've got a lot of games where they score a lot or they get scored on a lot. Like it's
Hmm.
they got dropped by
They're a weird team.
they are a weird team. And that's the thing. I think I said this last weekend, but you don't really know what you're gonna get with them. So that's
Hmm.
I think if Wisconsin doesn't play up to their caliber or UND catches them off guard, like what they kind of did with Quinnipiac, they just caught them off guard in the first period, and Quinnipiac was chasing the entire game. That's how UND will win. But I don't know,
Yep.
a lot can happen, and just that it comes down to you can't give Wisconsin chances because they will get you like they got Michigan State.
Yeah, you got to expect for Wisconsin to come out hard. I'd say if you were to lose this game, I think Wisconsin would kind of make a early push. Obviously, they'd probably score first. UND gets in their head a little bit, and they start holding their sticks a little too tight. And then just you really don't want a situation like I believe it happened against Duluth.
Yep.
Um, you really don't want a situation like that where you give up one early in the first, and then you make another mistake, and then you give up two in the first period, and then you're doing exactly what Quinnipiac had to do, which was chasing. You find yourself in a bad position, and then maybe you take a shift off the next period, and then they score again. North Dakota really can't afford to do that. I think that they learned a lot from that Duluth loss. Hopefully, they keep it locked down. You just can't let at this type of the time of the year. You got to be on your toes the entire game. You got to work hard and get pucks, win puck battles. Get in front of shots. Just you don't have to play a really conservative defensive game, but just be mindful of what you're doing when you're making a push, and don't get caught. Our defense played a really good regional, and they got to do it again if they want to win the national championship. I almost said Stanley Cup there. Um, yeah, I really do think UND wins this game, honestly. Obviously, UND definitely could lose. I think Wisconsin's a talented team, but UND is just when you look at the team compared to teams we've had prior, uh, the stats we have, the team we have, when you take a look at it for what it is, they're just so darn good. It's hard to choose Wisconsin over a team like this, especially when they're at the top of their game. Obviously, you don't know if they're going to be at the top of their game when they come out. You hope that they are, you think that they'll be, but when this team is rolling, we know how good UND is and how good they can be. So hopefully Dane Jackson's got them ready to go.
Yeah. I
Um,
think huge positive is like so far we've played, two now going to be three teams that are very similarly structured. You had Merrimack kind of had a top dynamic line and a pretty good goaltender, but not much of a huge defensive core. Quinnipiac, same thing. You had a very powerful top line, fast skaters, pretty good goalie. Um, and now Wisconsin, a little bigger, a little more physical, but still kind of top heavy. Um, and so I think we've gotten good practice for the game. I mean, Quinnipiac, if we want to beat a team like Wisconsin, we got to play exactly like we played against Quinnipiac. I mean, talk about making a team play on their heels all game. Like Quinnipiac had maybe two good shifts in the entire first two periods. Like that's the team that we need to come out as against Wisconsin. It's going to be a little tougher because Wisconsin plays much more physical than somebody like Quinnipiac, but it's dominating that neutral zone and really
Yeah,
dominating the corners. And that's proof that like a simple game really works. We've done that all year and it's proven to be very effective when we're just playing a simple game. We're not looking for the extra pass. We're not looking for a flashy play. We're just simple in the corners, gritty, get down low, and I mean you can put simple pucks on net and they go in.
take a shot. Yeah, for sure. The one thing that kind of stirs me up against about the Quinnipiac game is we literally had the perfect team to just take down their team. They're the smallest team in the NCAA, which they've had success with in the past, obviously, but just the way that UND plays, hard, physical, hard to play against, it was perfect combination to beat a team like Quinnipiac. It's going to be a real test when they take on Wisconsin. Uh, Hauser will be interesting when they play against him. I don't have very much, I haven't watched much tape on him this year, but his numbers are fine. So hopefully UNE's able to find a couple past him. We got the depth scoring, so hopefully they should be able to. You want to have your more than just your top line scoring. Obviously, UNE's third line ended up being the big line in the regional with Cody Kroll, Jack Kernan, and company. So. You have to hope that those guys continue to produce. If Ollie jumps in the lineup, that he's sharp and ready to go, and then you gotta hope that you get some more scoring from your top two lines. Obviously, Will Zellers is pretty quiet in terms of shooting the puck or goal scoring in that regional. Hopefully, he gets one. I think he will. And then obviously, defense has to be good. Kind of jumped on that a little bit, but I don't know. What do you guys have anything else to add before maybe you do a score prediction for that game?
It's so hard to play against four pretty good offensive lines. That's exactly why teams have struggled against Michigan all year. Is like
Hmm.
a goalie is constantly facing high talent guys who can score on you at any moment. So it's like it wears you down for sure. And that's,
Right.
kind of why you've seen these deep teams just consistently stay at the top all year. I mean, it's so hard to put a goalie in a position where like you're just running four solid lines all night and they're just peppering you all night long. So
Right. Okay, so we're gonna do a little something something here. Quick. North Dakota versus Wisco. We're each gonna do a prediction of each game, score prediction, and then what our score predictions are obviously gonna set us up for our national championship. So we're gonna see who has the closest Frozen Four uh than what actually happens. So what's everyone's score prediction for North Dakota versus Wisconsin? Someone go while I'm writing this out here.
I'll go 4-2 UND.
Nope, can't do that.
Well, I can absolutely do that.
You said Wisconsin was gonna win.
I have my mixed feelings, but I can put down a prediction.
That's crazy. Okay. If you wanna go back against what you said, just make your, I just don't know if I can trust you now. You know, okay, Lincoln, I just want you to admit that you were just making a joke earlier and, you try to be funny a little too much. Just,
Uh,
then you can
I can
pick UND.
comment. I'm not gonna comment.
Then you have to pick Wisconsin. Sorry.
I'm not switching up anything from what I did the last time.
You said Wisconsin was gonna win.
I think I said Merrimack was gonna win last time too, and then I picked UND.
Okay, well, this is a Frozen Four, but man, this is a different animal.
All right, fine. I'll just say 5-1 loss was for UND loses.
All
We gotta
right.
even put it
Let's
down,
give
Dave.
it a little bit more juice than that. Come on,
absolutely
Lincoln.
pumped.
What?
You can pick
6-0.
whoever. Just do what you're gonna do.
4-2 UND win.
Okay. Just can you say it one more time just really loud for us? So the viewers, I know
Yeah,
the
you can
viewers
pull
can
the mic
hear.
up to your pull the
Yeah,
mic up
can
to
you
you.
can you make sure everyone can hear you?
4-2 UND win.
Hold on.
Yeah, who wins that game? I didn't 4-2 I
Yeah.
heard, but
You guys are
what?
gonna jinx it. You guys are gonna jinx it now. It's over. You guys are jinxing it.
Just I didn't hear you. One more time, please.
4-2 UND win. You guys have just jinxed it.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, now you're gonna blame it on us if we lose.
I am because I kept saying we were
That
gonna
makes
lose.
sense.
I said we were gonna
Right.
lose last week, and then we won,
Right.
and
Right.
then you guys are messing up the mojo
Sure.
here.
Yeah, it's all our fault. You're so right, my
My
friend. I'm so
my
sorry.
streak that has worked is the day of the game I've just said BB Netanyahu so and so team has nuclear weapons and we pulled it off. So
Ian, what is your score prediction for UND versus Wisconsin?
4-1 UND empty netter. It's tough though. It's part of me is like Spoonie may continue the shutout. Because if we
I
play the
don't,
way
there's no
we know we
shot.
can, they're not getting quality chances on net really. So I don't know. I'll say 4-1 with an empty netter. I think we
Damn
come out
it.
like 2-0. I think
I
they
should have gone
pull it
first,
1.
bro. No, I can't pick the same score as Lincoln, bro, or else I look like a. Nah, no, I'm good. Uh, ooh, that's tough. 3-1 or 4-1. Ah, maybe Wisconsin scores another. I don't know. I'm gonna go 4-2 as well. It's just a safe bet. Maybe 5-2. When a team is in the if they're down by more than if they're down by two, they're still gonna pull their goalie. So I think that's 5-2 empty net. UND win. So 5-2 UND. Okay, Denver with Michigan. What do we see playing? We don't have to go super in depth with this one, but what do you guys see happening in this game? And then
Ooh,
we'll do score predictions shortly
barn
after.
burner.
Yeah, it's going to be a barn burner for sure. Denver comes into the Frozen Four as undisputably, I think, the hottest team in the country. Uh, Headlined by the freshman goaltender Johnny Hicks, who for somehow was not picked on any goaltending team, pretty much except for all CHN team. I think he got put on. Um,
I don't think he played enough games. I think that's the issue.
Hmm.
he gets into this weekend. I mean,
Undefeated.
Denver was on the bubble going in the end of January, almost out of the tournament, and they play. At that point, they had lost us 5-0, won a close game against us on Saturday, 3-2, lost at home against St. Cloud State. Then they put Johnny Hicks in, win 6-0, and they end up going. I
15-0 and
believe they
1.
are now. Stop talking, Ian. Thank you. You were interrupting me. They go 14-0-1 since then. Sorry, Ian, if you kept talking, I was gonna totally mess up, and then Lincoln can't edit it, so it would just been a big goof. Anyway,
Okay.
um, 14-0-1. He's got three shutouts. He's allowed 18 goals.
Jeez.
18 goals in those games. Remarkable. He's got 414 saves. He's almost played 1,000 minutes already. He's got a 9.58 save percentage and a 1.125 goals against. Holy moly. Uh, Johnny Hicks is the real deal right now. He's a little guy, standing at 5'10", 157. He had a similar run last year in the WHL, I believe, is where he was playing. And they brought him in. Should have put him in earlier because holy moly, they could have been the number one overall seed. Uh, so yeah, Johnny Hicks leading Denver right now. They have a talented roster headlined by Boston Buckberger and Eric Polkamp, who was in the hat trick. Hobie Baker, uh, finalist, top three. So Polkamp leading the team, 39 points, 18 goals, 21 assists as a defenseman. That's pretty insane. They got Boston Buckberger, 28 points, 10 goals, 18 assists. And then your other forwards are Riga Loren, Sam Harris, Salmonen. Uh, Names everyone from this podcast that if they watch hockey on a regular basis, they should probably know some of those names. And then you got David Carl behind the bench if that wasn't enough for you. That guy, he's going to be trouble for quite a while longer, I feel like, in college hockey.
He sold his
Uh,
soul to him.
just a dynasty dude for real. I mean, I don't know if he had a soul before. He's a ginger, so he might not have one. Just kidding, guys. I don't know if that's that really bad joke.
Whatever soul he had, it's gone now.
Yeah,
God
it's gone
rest.
now. Yeah, he's insane. I make that joke out of pure respect, by the way. I think David Carl is a phenomenal coach. Obviously, he's just He's won 2 gold medals with the World Junior team. He's won 2 national championships. He's been to 4 Frozen Fours already in his very small career, and he's not even 40 years old yet. So absolutely insanity. Lincoln, you're kind of, kind of stimming over there. What's going on, buddy? What are you
I'm just
thinking?
chilling here.
Just moving around your laces there and you're sweaty. What are you thinking?
Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's if you're looking at that game, you know, I'm picking Denver to win just because until the NCHC stops winning, um,
I have no reason to pick Big Ten until
yeah,
they do.
exactly. David Carl has a proven track record. But then again, you look at Michigan, and at a certain point, it's like, if not now, when are they gonna win? So if Michigan won that game, I it wouldn't shock me. But that being said, I'm not betting against David Carl in April. That's not happening. I think a lot of people had I didn't fill out a bracket formally. I should have, but I pretty sure I had Denver going to the championship and
Mhm.
with
I did.
Michigan State. So I it's just they're a hard team to bet against, and until they really didn't even have a bad regional either. Them and UND's regionals are pretty much flawless. So and until Hicks
Hmm.
gets beat, I don't know, man. You just can't bet on Denver. That's gonna be a great game. I really hope UND beats Wisconsin because we'll be able to watch that game in peace and instead of being pissed off. So
Yeah, you won't have to be nervous for your game later on for sure. That'll be nice. And then obviously the pregame party will start. We don't have to miss any of the game. Good to go to the UND pregame party like we did for Sioux Falls. Um, yeah, I mean we didn't talk much about Michigan there. Michigan obviously this is one of the deeper teams that they've had in a long time. I remember that this squad. This is the same matchup as the 2022 national semifinal. That was in Boston. That game went to overtime. That game featured Carter Savoy, Bobby Brink. Um, I believe the goalie was Magnus Corona for Denver then. If you guys know some guys from Denver, chip in. But Michigan had the 3 or 4 top 5 picks in that draft. Owen Power, Matty Beniers, Kent Johnson.
Yeah. That's a good
I
team.
believe the goaltender that year for them was I can Portillo, Eric Portillo. Uh, yeah, Denver ended up they took a lead and then Michigan tied it late and then then Denver was able to score the game winner. I believe it was Carter Savoy who scored that game winner. So um yeah, maybe they'll do it again. Obviously, both teams are really good. Michigan's gonna have to find a way to beat Johnny Hicks. And I think one thing that I believe we talked about it last week, but Duluth really um, exploited Michigan at the end of their game. I thought Michigan looked really, really good. Obviously, coming out against Duluth up 3-0 at the end of the first period, you kind of thought, oh shit, maybe Michigan's actually legit here. I just think Duluth played a really bad first period. Didn't play a great second either. Had obviously had moments though, and then played a really good third. And Michigan kind of got exposed for that they're beatable. You know, they're a very beatable team. I think Denver can exploit some of those things that Duluth did. And then if Denver plays a complete game against Michigan, I think they have a really good chance to beat them. I personally have Denver in the national championship in the bracket that I made way before the tournament started. I had them in the championship against UND. Uh, so yeah, I think I picked Denver in that game. Again, like you said, Lincoln, I've said this as well, but and Brad has too. There's really no reason to pick a Big Ten team to win until they have done it. I'm not going to pick a Big Ten team to win until they do it. So, um, yeah, I picked Denver for that. We'll get into my score prediction once Ian kind of does his little 2 cents here, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, it's going to be a tale of which Michigan team shows up. Um, there's two scenarios here. One, they show up the way they did against Duluth in the second and third period, which it's clear that Michigan doesn't really know what to do once they have the lead. They kind of just slack off and hope that they, have enough of a lead to win the game. That or two, they come out pissed off. And if there's any team to finally crack Johnny Hicks, it's this Michigan team. I mean, their offense is completely loaded. They run four strong offensive lines. I mean, they have two 50-point getters. They have Jaden Prawn, who's had a really good season with them. So a lot of dynamic, high speed, high power guys. I think that's the game Michigan wants to play. They want it to be an up and down fast game. Denver is probably going to want to get a little bit more gritty, a little more physical, and kind of beat them in the neutral zone. If I know David Carl from the years of that team, but Denver this year is also kind of one of those run and gun teams, and that's where they really succeeded against Western. Is they did very well with the stretch passes, very well with getting downhill and getting shots on
Hmm.
net. So I mean, it's going to be a very entertaining game. I think both teams really show up to play. It comes down to Ivan Kovic and Hicks. I think I would trust Hicks just because he's shown that he's just unreal, but also the Denver team in front of him has just been unbelievable too. So. It's really going to come down to the turnovers and the little mistakes because both of these teams will score a goal on you if you make even the slightest mistake. So
Hmm.
it's tough. I really think Michigan really shows up. They haven't won a championship in 30 years. They only have what, like three natties in the modern era. They won all their championships in like the 40s and 50s. So
Hmm.
they're all thinking, it's time for us to get one. And I'm sure Denver's like, it's time for us to just go ahead and get 11 and put everybody else out of the game. So.
God.
It's going to be a good game. I'm really excited for that one.
All right. So let's get into our score predictions for the Denver Michigan game. Ian, you go first then, buddy. It's your turn.
I think you see a 3-2 overtime. Oh, I don't know though. Let me go 4-3 overtime Denver. Very run and gun, very high action, lots of
You
chances.
think you think Johnny Hicks gives up 3 goals?
Against this Michigan team, yeah.
Okay,
They have the offense in the country to do it against Hicks.
noted. All right, so you got UND versus Denver as well. Lincoln, what's your score prediction?
Yeah, I hate to be boring, but I'm gonna do the exact same as Ian. I agree with you, said Ian. If Hicks is gonna give up 3 goals, it will be to this Michigan team. He did give up two against Western, so he can be scored on. But yeah, again, I still have Denver winning, and that's very much could be an overtime game. So I'll be boring, say the exact same thing.
In overtime?
Yeah.
God damn it, guys.
Hope it goes to like double overtime so they're extra tired against us. But
Hmm.
They won't, it's not gonna matter that much if they play extra. Um, oh gosh, I don't know. Let me check when was the last
it's
time
going to be a
Mich
burner.
it
I mean, it could
is.
even be higher than that. It could just be that everybody gets up and down the ice and we just see like 8 goals in the game, 9 goals.
Michigan hasn't scored less than 4 goals in a game since they played Minnesota.
Yeah.
Um, and that was February 26th. I'm gonna go Denver wins 4-2 empty netter. I just think Denver's maybe not, dude. I don't know. I just don't know, dude. Oh,
It's a coin flip, I think, if they go to overtime,
Yeah.
because either team, it's like you could make one little errant pass and game's over.
I'm gonna be different and be 3-2 overtime win for Denver. They're so good at getting it done and then they can get it done in overtime. So we each have UND versus Denver in the championship. Oh, wow. Super unique. Oh, gosh. Now I got to pick the national championship. Okay. We'll do the score prediction at the end, but what does UND have to do to beat Denver? Who wants to start?
Spooner, basically it. I mean, both teams are going to be absolutely wired to like the, thousands. It's UND Denver. It's, one of the classics. We've met them, what, 5 times in the national championship. It's
Four
David Carl, it's Dane
so
Jackson in
far.
his first year. I mean, we have the depth, but man, they have the goaltender as of right now. So Spooner would really have to show up to play, which I
I
mean, so far he's proven.
think we played them 4 times in the national championship. We lost to all 4 times. Pretty sure. Could
Yeah.
be wrong, but I looked at it not too long ago. I don't know if we've beaten Denver in the national championship. It might be we might have one win. It's either three, we've lost three times, or we've lost four times. I think it's three times. Maybe we're 3-1 against them. Um, Lincoln, what do you think, dude?
Uh, well, still got to get through Wisco, but I'm gonna say, yeah,
We
kind of what
get
Ian
it. We're
said.
asking a question though.
It's yeah, I'm not. I don't want to jinx, dude. Respect the superstition, but
Then
I
knock
will.
on wood, bro. You got wood behind you. You got
I
tons of
know
wood.
this is drywall or whatever. No,
You
I'm
have
gonna
trophies
say.
behind you, though. That's what I'm talking about.
I will say. I agree. It's just gonna come down to goaltending. Well, that's a lot more than goaltending, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. If Spoonar isn't on his game, they're just they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna win.
Okay. Um, Both of the games UND played Denver in, obviously Johnny Hicks wasn't in either of them, but UND outshot Denver by almost 20 shots in both of those games. So I think that if they do that, you got to create traffic in front of Johnny Hicks. Moving the puck laterally also helps a lot too if you can find a way to get on the power play. When Duluth played Denver in the NCHC championship game, they scored 3 goals on him. They're one of the only teams I think to maybe do that. Uh, yeah, they're the only team to score 3 goals on Johnny Hicks yet this year, and they did that a lot by moving the puck laterally. Both their goals in the push of the third period or the second period to tie it, or on the power play, and then moving the puck laterally. If you can find a way to open up puck lanes and move the puck east to west and create a lane for a shot. One timer, maybe you get a Will Zellers on the outside, and he just bangs one home from a sharp angle. You got a chance there. I mean, you got to move him laterally. You got to get him out of position as much as you can. Obviously, he's a small guy. He doesn't take up as much in the net as everybody else, but he makes up with that by being calm. He's obviously athletic. So, um, if you move him laterally, you got to hope UND gets power play opportunities and they connect on them. They got to be good in the face-off draw, obviously, all weekend. And I think UND can beat Denver. I don't know if I'll pick UND to beat Denver. I'd rather pick Denver to win and then be wrong than pick UND to win and be wrong, to be honest with you. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but um, yeah, UND's just they gotta play 100% game the whole game. It's not gonna be an easy one. Uh, it could be a situation where when we played Quinnipiac in 2016, Michael Garteg was a great goaltender all year long, and just they got pummeled. And UND came out early and shot off guns, and they got like they did what they did to Quinnipiac, which was okay. Well, I didn't mean to, I meant the Quinnipiac this year. But they did do it against Quinnipiac in 2016 too, which was they got them on their heels all game and they took a lead early and never looked back. And UND's got to do that if they want to win. I think UND definitely can do it, and putting Denver in a position where you score a lot of goals, you get them on their heels is something that they're definitely not used to. Obviously, when you have Johnny Hicks in net and you're winning and you're ahead the entire game, not trailing, it's hard. It's easy to be calm and stick to your game. If UND can make him uncomfortable by scoring on Johnny. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
And UND, like I might pick Denver to win this. I'm not sure if I'm going to right now. In my real bracket, I don't know. But UND, just for the record, I think that they can beat anybody. Really, I think that they can if they want to win. But obviously, some of us see ghosts when we get around to this type of year, and you get really scared and nervous that UND is gonna shit the bed. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't see UND losing the semifinal. I think if they do lose, it's to Denver. Denver's kind of the team to beat right now. Obviously, Michigan's a very talented team as well, and just very well could also win. Same with Wisconsin even. But God, I just don't know. Uh,
Key is
Anyone
going to
else got anything
be,
to add before? Yeah, do you
yeah,
have
the biggest key I think is UND is just going to have to make sure that every team they play, Wisconsin and whoever in the championship, that UND plays at their speed. The worst thing they can do is let a team like Denver, let a team like Michigan get those stretch passes and really start moving up and down. Because if we get sloppy and we allow that to happen, we allow them to play at their speed. I mean, our odds go way down of winning the game. So thankfully, like we showed that in Merrimack. I mean, Merrimack got up and down a good bit in the second and third. Um, but Quinnipiac especially, I mean, we played at our speed the whole game, and it was very obvious that if we play at our speed, we control a game. I mean, we've shown that all year. We look at the Friday night Denver game, we beat them 5-0 because we played at our speed.
Hmm.
We look at Western Michigan, a team who, got up and down, but that Friday night we played our speed and we controlled the game for most of the game. So it's going to be very, very important that control the neutral zone and don't let any of these teams really start getting up and down and get those stretch passes working because we will likely lose if that's the case.
Yeah, pretty much what you to go off what you said, Ian. That's literally it. UNE's got to be the better team in transition. You look back to that game they did lose to Denver. They had them, and I'm pretty sure every metric except what was it transition scoring, where Denver had multiple 2-on-1s or even a breakaway. It's like if and that's like you just said, Ian. When they played Quinnipiac, Quinnipiac didn't have any opportunities for 2-on-1s or breakaways. And I think
Mm.
that's what's really been big for UNE's success when they do win is they just shut teams down in the neutral zone. They don't let them break out efficiently, and they just can't set up. So I think that is probably
Yeah.
the biggest thing they need to do if they do end up playing Denver, and obviously against Wisconsin too. Is don't let these teams get you on a 2-on-1. The moment UND starts giving up 2-on-1s or breakaways, that's I'm not saying that's they're going to lose the game, but everyone's
Dion's
so
not
good
going to
now.
stop those all night.
Yeah, and
Just
that's what
doesn't
kind of
happen.
what happened to Minnesota Duluth, and they played Michigan. I mean, they gave up that shorthanded goal, which was a pretty much which was
Bad.
a bad turnover breakaway, and then
Bad.
even the goal Jaden Perron scored, that was pretty much a breakaway, and he just was lucky and got the rebound. So it's
Yeah,
like,
these teams will bury.
yes, it's pretty much, and to UNE's advantage, I know we all believe they have the best decor in the tournament. All eight guys can all excuse me, seven can play. So um it's just going to come down to being the better team, and then just getting timely goals, and then obviously special teams too.
Yeah. And I think that's a big part of the transition game you guys are talking about. Obviously, I think that the games that you've noticed the most were UND's losses when they have lost those transition battles. You talk about the excuse me, the game against Duluth that was here and the semifinal UND lost a lot of those transition battles. Uh, they lost. They would just Duluth to go on a break and they capitalize on every single mistake UND made, and UND's got to limit those as much as they can if they want to be successful this weekend. Um,
That comes
so
back
the
to the last
net,
thing we talked about, like when in doubt, you can always move it east to west and then get going. So
right? And UND did a really good job of that against Quinnipiac. They just were
yeah.
able to move the puck around them and keep the puck away from their guys, just cycle it around as much as possible, basically playing keep away the entire time. If they can do that and score first and have the lead, they can be successful for sure. Uh, Anything else to add before we get into our championship game score prediction here? Alrighty. Who wants to go first for the championship? Uh, do you think I should? Because you guys went first both the other times, or
I'm gonna
3-1
withhold
Denver.
my prediction for strictly
what did he
karma.
just say? What did Lincoln just say? 4-1 Denver?
3-1.
Just 3-1 or 3-1 empty netter?
uh just 3-1.
God, Lincoln, you make me depressed.
Could you imagine?
Bring on the fucking
Holy
depression, dude.
shit. We,
Jesus.
dude, we got pumped Saturday night. I think I might just like you'll find me in the Bellagio fountain just face
You
down.
will find me. I will go with you, dude. I will jump. I will put my bed on the Caesar's Palace roof,
I'll go
bro, and get
down in the
sunburned for
tunnel
three
and
days. I will
wait
not
for
go
a
home.
thunderstorm, dude. I'm like, yeah, I'm staying in Vegas. You're finding my body
I
in a
might just go home
bed.
and go to bed. I might just take an earlier flight and just leave.
David,
That would be a
we'll go
total
dig holes in the
buzzkill.
desert outside of town. We'll
They have a Dave
just
and Buster's on the strip. I'm, I might go to Dave and Buster's.
depressed David and Buster's just sitting there playing.
Give me the claw machine. Uh, Burn all the merch too. Uh, we'll have a little fire on the side of the road of the Bellagio fountain. We'll take some dips and then warm
Jump
up by
in,
the
face
barrel
down.
fire burning our merch. Um, so Lincoln's got 3-1 Denver. God, do I pick Denver or do I pick UND, dude? I'm fine picking UN. Oh, dude, I'm fine saying Denver out loud, but when I write it down, it's just hard to write it down. I'm fine saying Denver is going to win out in words, but writing it down is a whole different animal. I just don't know.
I'm not gonna give a
Don't know.
prediction as of score, but I'm just gonna say
You're going to give a prediction as of score because we're all doing it, so you're
if
doing it
we
too.
make the Natty game and we beat Wisconsin, I really don't think there's a large chance we lose in the title game.
Yeah, well, you've been wrong all year. You thought we were going to lose a single game the second half of the seasons, and look where we're at. So
Yeah, we're doing all right, right?
we're doing all right, but we just definitely lost some games in the second half of the season, buddy.
Yeah, like we're learning lessons, you know. No, I
Yeah,
seriously, I think it's either we lose Thursday or we win the entire thing.
give me a score prediction, Ian. That's not what my question.
17-0.
Yeah,
Dude, you're such a
that's my
loser,
that's
bro.
my kind of pick.
Jeez.
You're not getting an honest answer out of me on this. There's just too much karma involved.
Well, if you really cared about karma, you wouldn't be going to the game.
25-0.
Get out, Ian, bro.
28-0.
You and your dad need to just cancel your flights and stay
My
home if
dad
you want us
is
to win.
my dad is 1 for 1 in the Frozen Four in the last 10 years. I think it's good that he's there.
He's also 1 for 2 in all time, so I mean, maybe he should stay
Three,
home.
probably more. No,
Uh,
you're your baby.
or 1 in 2 all time. Okay, yeah, true. You're right, Ian. You should just stay home. Your dad can come with. Let's go with hmm, what do I do here? I if you and he, oh, dude, if they roll though, like they can win. I just don't know. Oh, if I pick UND here, I'm going back against what I said, which is, oh, I don't know what to do.
I
I think
really
I
don't
go.
lose Saturday if we win,
I
you
don't
know.
know, dude. We definitely could though.
Yeah, but
Definitely
like look at the
could.
regional. I mean, we kind of squeaked by Thursday and then we just absolutely rolled on Saturday. We looked like basically flawless the entire night. That's kind of the mindset I'm thinking if we go in. Like, you think about how many UND fans are going to be there, how many alumni are going to be in that locker room, like how many legends are going to be there, you know, firing up the boys. Like, I really just, if
I'm
we
I'm
get
gonna
by
go
Wisconsin, I
3-1
really don't see us losing.
UND empty net goal. I'm gonna go. They get two past Johnny. They let in one, and then the third goal is an empty net goal. Maybe 4-1 even. No, Denver's gonna have it in our zone, and they're not gonna be able to get it out for 2 goals, so they'll just get one empty netter. So I have it written down. UND's gonna win, but Denver's gonna win. So
I'm not
just
writing shit anywhere, dude.
I I don't know. Obviously I'd rather have Denver win than Michigan or Wisconsin. I wouldn't really care honestly if Wisconsin won. Um, I just don't want Michigan. I think it's hilarious that they can't figure out a way to win. And they're one of the top programs and they're one of the top programs, but they haven't won a
Best
champion.
arena,
They've won
best
literally no
arena.
champ. Yeah, best arena ever out there. Probably have the best college hockey podcast in the entire country as well.
5,000
So
seat bleacher arena.
they got Jesus himself, Dave Portnoy, in the fan base. So, do I imagine when we if we play them? If we play them in the national championship, dude, Dave Portnoy is gonna go hop on like Twitter and just start yapping about North Dakota. He doesn't even know shit about North Dakota. He start yapping at us, and then if we were to win, dude, I would just it'd be so funny just at him 1,000 times, bro. He gets
Yeah,
so
GIF.
raged.
You gotta do the GIF of him running that like 30-meter whatever he did, just running away from the title game. Honestly, okay, who would you guys rather play in the title game? Would you rather play Denver or Michigan?
Denver. Well, I don't know. I It's weird because I'd rather play Denver in the sole fact that I don't have to take a chance on a Big Ten team winning, but Denver's a scarier team. I'd just rather play Denver. I'd rather play Denver and have it be an all-NCHC championship than have play Michigan and risk losing to Jaden Perron and company.
Yeah, that's tough though. It's like you don't want to see Denver get 11 though. You know what I mean? But yeah,
They're gonna get
I get what
11
you're
at
saying.
some point now. I mean, David
Everybody else
Carl's
rejoices when the Big Ten loses, so that's tough.
it's so funny.
Yeah.
And we
Every
still
year
don't
they're
get the
here.
NCHC still doesn't get respect either. Like we're still not talked about. The only team that's talked about is Denver. Doesn't make any sense.
It's because
We're still
Bucci and
good
all
though.
the guys just learned the buzzwords of college hockey like 20 minutes before the ESPN airs the regionals.
All you have to know is Big Ten, Hockey East, David Carl, and that's it.
Yeah, McKenna.
He's in the Big Ten.
Yeah, we could talk about that. We could talk about Penn State's, pretty much downfall now.
Yeah, they're pretty much shocked. They're gonna have a
We
hard
wish
time
their
rebuilding
like
that
third
now.
highest scorer just portaled.
I mean, they might even have a better year than this year, next year, honestly. I feel like they could definitely just pour their $700,000 budget into a couple good players out of the dub and then be better depth wise and have a better year. It's gonna cost a lot more money, but
Yeah,
you
and they
never
won't
know with
be
a team like
invisible in
that. They got a lot
extra
of
games.
should we discuss the benefits of hosting the Frozen Four? I don't know the benefits still, but there is
There are
gotta be
none.
something. There's no way that there's no benefit of hosting the Frozen
Ask
Four, or
Brad.
else nobody would do it.
Exposure.
I did. There is no exposure for
Yes,
hosting the Frozen Four.
yes,
There
there
is
is.
no exposure. How is there exposure, Lincoln? Explain it to me. How is there exposure?
Because you're hosting it, dude. That's just like,
It doesn't matter if you're hosting it. You don't
yes,
get
it does, dude.
exposure unless you're in it.
That's just
Okay,
how.
no, you are okay. So this I do know, but it's not really a benefit.
You get
North
money.
Dakota is in charge of like the logistics of everything, so like the pregame parties, all that. Like UND is helping the NCAA's with those events, and so if those events are good, I mean,
Sure.
kind of like Lincoln said, it's exposure. But I actually don't think there really is any. There might be like a small monetary benefit, but
There has to be, or else no one would.
Knowing the NCAA's,
It doesn't make any sense for anyone to want to host it. Why would you bid on something you get nothing out of? Oh, hey, you want to host my birthday party? You're not getting anything out of it, but you can maybe come if your team is good enough,
yeah. Well,
or you can pay for it. You can do all this work. You can bring your
knowing the
people down,
NCAA's,
but
the
you don't get
bastards
you don't
just
get shit. It's like, hey, you want to run a lemonade stand for me, but you don't get shit out of it. You're not getting any lemonade. You don't get no money out of it. It makes no sense. Who would do that? Nobody.
Sure.
No. That's
Yes,
like the rich kid down the street. Hey, you can run my lemonade stand. But you can say it's your those. You can say we'll tell everybody that's ran by you, but you're not getting anything out of it. Who would do that? Nobody would do that. That's not how it works. There's no exposure in having your logo behind the goalie's net. That's not a
there is a
thing.
100% exposure in that.
Yeah, because Wisconsin hosting in 2016 totally got them a ton of exposure and everything like
It's
that.
okay.
it's the little
I'm
stuff.
look. I got it chatted right here. We'll go through it.
Don't give me Chat GPT. That's
Just
not
listen. Just
no,
listen.
no. I'm muting Ian.
Hey, be
I'm
open-minded.
kicking you from the call. I'm actually muting you.
It's already, and
Ridiculous.
I got chat looked up right
I'm
here.
muting you too.
I'll
There is a financial impact. It's not as substantial as people would think because we get a share of the revenue from the event, but
There you go. You get a
yeah, but
share
the
of
NCAA,
revenue.
yeah, but listen, the NCAA, you know them, they're gonna skim every single nickel and dime they can get. So, I mean,
I agree, but UND gets some money out of it. They don't get absolutely nothing. It has to be
the
worth
school's name is mentioned,
it
helps with
has to be
recruiting.
worth hosting it for some reason for any team to want to do it, or else no one would do it. Doesn't make any sense. No one just does that.
The host
The
school can
benefit of
host
hosting a
events.
regional is you get to be there if you play. It's the same, it's different rules for the Frozen Four because you don't get to be there if you're in it because you make it if you make it. If you're in the tournament, you get to play in your home regional. That's different.
So,
That's your
okay, so
benefit.
but apparently maybe this is a host school only thing, but they can hold fundraisers and all sorts of additional events compared to the other schools.
Again, that has literally like no benefit unless your team is there. So I mean, there's got to be something else to it, which I believe is monetary. It has to be monetary. And why would it make sense? Like UND's had success hosting stuff in Vegas before. I get why they were the ones to do it. They have to get something out of it. They have to. And
Well, they
whether
get a
it's
share of revenue, but
someone paying them,
it's not insane.
I'm not saying it's insane. I'm just saying that they get something.
They probably
They
get
wouldn't
like
do it for no
I don't
reason.
know, a
Ian, you've
million,
reached your, or
couple
not Ian,
million.
Lincoln, you've reached your time limit on talking. We should just kick you out because you're not going to say anything the rest of the episode anyway. At this
I'm
point,
right.
you're not
Told you.
right. We'll
Exposure
read the
so much,
article.
dude.
No exposure, dude. No one remembers who hosted it 2 years ago. No one remembers who hosted it 3 years ago. I mean, I probably do, but I'm not gonna say it to prove you guys right. But that's not because of the exposure. That's just because I know. It's not.
It's because of
It's
the exposure.
it's not because of
Exposure,
the
dude.
exposure, dude. No one cares. No one cares. Like it's not the exposure.
Hey, networking
Anyway,
opportunities around the Frozen Four weekend. That's another big thing.
Exactly.
huh? What?
Networking opportunities.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which
Yeah.
is exposure because you have all your guys and staff there,
All
and
right,
agents
buddy.
are there and scouts are there.
Yeah. Helps with
Tired
recruiting,
of this
visibility,
fucking
and
guy.
prestige. Don't cuckold him like that. Give him some respect.
I like being the guy who runs
Hey,
this. Lincoln, you're
local
muted.
fan and alumni engagement. That's another one.
I literally asked you to unmute. What do you mean you can't unmute yourself? He's trolling. I don't care. You can decide to be muted the rest of the episode. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm kind of running out of stuff to say here. I think that we've pretty much covered most of it. Um, for the future of this podcast this season, this is season 5. We'll have an episode debriefing the tournament last. God, can you guys stop distracting me with the chat? We'll have a. I'm just gonna put my hand over it so I don't see anything. We're gonna have an episode next week debriefing the Frozen Four. I can't see what you guys are saying, and you can't say that. That's not real. You can't say that.
Exposure, baby.
Um, We'll have an episode debriefing next week, and then we'll go from there. We'll probably have we'll see what we want to do. I mean, we'll have some special guests on this summer. We'll have hopefully Clay Matvick on. I know I talked to him about being on, so hopefully he's still interested, and we find a free time for him to get on. Um, Meanwhile, these guys are trolling me while I'm trying to do the outro here. Uh, but anyway, anything else here before we wrap it up? Because
I hope we don't get exposed. That's all.
I hope we don't get made fun of. And I just want to see us play 2 games this weekend. That'd be sick. The goobers are goobing right now. I don't want to know what you guys are going to say next. I really hope they can't see the chat either because you guys have said some pretty diabolical things in there the last couple minutes. Um, yeah, if you're a returning listener, thank you again, as always, for listening to us. We appreciate your loyalty every week. We love making these videos for you guys. God, you guys are trolling. Stop it. Um, and we hope to see you back here next week. If you're a new listener, welcome to the pod. We're happy to have you. We hope for that. Jeez, guys, stop distracting me. Um, we hope that you guys choose to come back and listen next week as well. I don't even know what that says. Anyway, um, yeah, maybe we'll have a vent line. We'll see what happens. But enjoy the games. 4 o'clock Central Standard Time Thursday on ESPN2, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on, I believe it's ESPN2 as well. And then the national championship will be at 4 o'clock, 4:30 on Saturday, April 11th, and that'll be on ESPN. So they get the bump for the final day of the college hockey season. NHL playoff starts right around the corner, so that's also something to look forward to. I haven't even been able to keep track of your guys' conversation right now. I just saw an very explicit word. Um, you guys are trolling. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode before it gets bad here. Thanks everyone for listening and enjoy the hockey.